All right, so last part of 10.6, compound interest. So it's the same formula, we've just changed it a little bit. Our A represents your final amount. Your P is your principal, the initial amount. That was our C before. R is still the annual interest rate. N is the number of times it's compounded yearly. Sometimes it says it's quarterly, so it's compounded 4 times a year. And then T is the amount of years. So I just wanted to go over a few examples of just what these words mean. Annual, it just means 1 times per year. Semi is 2. Quarterly means 4. Monthly, 12. And weekly is 52 weeks. So just so that way you know what you need to plug in for that N. Because the N is going to be one of these 5 numbers. So I'm just going to show you how to set up this first example, and we'll do more examples when we come into class. So important information here. It says in 1628, Peter Minuit, governor of the colony of New Netherland, bought the island of Manhattan from the Native Americans for beads, cloth, and trinkets, worth 60 Dutch gliders, $24. If the money the Native Americans received had been invested a 6% per year compounded semi-annually, how much money would they have in 2026? So let's continue adding to our formula. So we know the formula is A equals, and then we have to go with principal, so the starting amount, which is $24. And then we have to figure out what our rate is going to be, so that R value, which is 6%. Always changing 6% into a decimal. So in this case, 600ths, and we're going to add that to 1. The change now is that we have an exponent that is going to be n times t. T is always the number of years, and then n is the number of times it's compounded. So we had talked about semi-annually earlier, which means twice. So we're just going to write 2 times the number of years that have passed. So we need to figure out what the difference is from 2026 to 1626. So if we subtract those two, we end up getting, it looks like 400 years. So we're going to go 400 times 2. So again, just simplify your formula. So that way it says 24 times 0.06 to the 800th power. You know to then take 1.06 and raise it to that exponent, find out that answer, and then multiply it by how much it costs. The second paper in your packet is actually going to be just more practice. Some are going to be compounded annually, some semi-annually, and so forth. So I'm just going to help you guys set up these problems, and then my expectation is that you'll have the rest of them done for class next time. So to begin with, it says that we have a sports radio stations number 220 in 1996. The number of sports radio stations has since increased by approximately 14.3% per year. So again, we've got our percentage, we've got our initial starting point. So we just need to write an equation for part A. So it's going to be y equals your initial amount times 1 plus 0.013, 0.143, and then raised to the t power. So now we have to look at part B. It's asking us what the amount will be in 2010. So let's figure it out. We have 2010 to 1996. The difference in years is going to be 14, so we're going to replace that t with 14. And I'm just going to add the two numbers in parentheses. And from here, you're just going to, again, raise it to that power, times it by the number of radio stations in 1996, and you'll get your answer. So this is what your quiz will look like the next time we have class.